91X.
So that was the 91X local break for the month of July. God Neon from the Silent Comedy. It was so great to be able to play you every day during the month of July.
Thank you.
I will tell you that.
We're grateful for it.
We heard it once. We've been on tour. We were out of town most of the time, but it was fun to come back home and hear it.
How'd that feel?
It was good. You know, it is fun to get support from our hometown, and especially when we've been on the road for 2 months, it feels good to come home and feel the love in San Diego.
But it seems like you guys are always on the road, and that's how you build up your following. And you've been together now for, what, 7 years?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a weird thing because we were super casual in the beginning. And so it feels like we've only been together for 3 years because that's when things really started to pick up and we got a lot more serious about it. But yeah, we have been together for quite a while. We've gone through different lineups, kind of different sounds and different performances, and it's been an evolution over that whole period of time.
Yeah.
And you guys, Josh, Jeremiah, being brothers, I'm sure over the years there have been things that have come up that you agree on, disagree on.
Yeah, definitely.
How do you work that stuff out?
I think ultimately being brothers is a good thing because we've been used to working things out for our whole life. And so it usually just takes a lot of discussion. I don't know. What do you think,
Yeah,
Jer?
I mean, I think that the family dynamic is good and bad in different ways, but I think learning how to argue is the best part of it, because when you're in a band with friends, you start off as just friends and you haven't gone through really intense things, but when you're a family, you're like, no, we've been through everything, so you don't hesitate to get into it, which can freak people out when they're not used to that. But I think that it's stability in the long run. You know, it's more stable.
Yeah, and bringing us up to speed here on your new material. So the EP that is out, how does that differ from what you've been working on?
Yeah, we just released an EP called Friends Divide while we were on this tour, and we released it on iTunes initially, and we're about to do a vinyl release here in a month and a half or so. And really, it's the culmination of the whole progression of how our sound has evolved for the past several years. And we used to be more of a folk band, and then we became an aggressive folk band, and now we're much more a rock, folk, blues hybrid. And I think the new material really demonstrates that. And over that period of time, we've just kind of developed as songwriters, and the newest material is kind of our favorite that we have ever produced. We were just in Austin recording more. We're working on a full length that'll come out in 2014. And what you can really see in this material is just the evolution over years of playing live and learning more about who we are, what our sound is. Mm-hmm. And ultimately it sounds better than anything we've done in the past.
Gosh, that must make you feel great. I mean, really.
Yeah, I mean, we started as a live band. That was what we put our effort into, you know, and we want to perform. We want to perform in a room with people, and doing that is such a different discipline than recording a record. So we've been learning that other side of it. I mean, it's a much more detailed and intensive, kind of minute experience to make a record, because you have to care about every little thing. And so for us, it's been a growing process. But this last stuff has been the best, I think, that we've done, and the stuff we just did in Austin, I think, is even better. We're learning it. We're getting comfortable with all the microphones in a little room with headphones, and we're getting comfortable with that.
So when you play your sold-out show on Monday night at the Belly Up, are you going to be playing any new material?
Definitely. We'll be playing nearly the whole new EP, and we'll probably be playing material from the new record that no one has ever heard before. And San Diego is the perfect place to debut new material because people are more familiar with us, so they can tell what's new and what's not. And we get a pretty honest reaction from people who've been following us for years. We're able to get feedback. It's like a focus group.
Yeah, if it's dead quiet afterwards, we're like, okay, let's keep working on that one.
And I know you guys are really good friends with the Heavy, who are headlining.
Yeah, we're great friends with them. This is our third tour with those guys. We were with them in England earlier this year, and that tour was incredible. And it was actually in the middle of that they were like, why not just do the next North American one as well? We did North America with them last year, and we just, once you find guys that you really get along well with, you want to keep touring forever, but we can't keep touring together forever. So this will be the last one for a while, so I'm happy for the West Coast to experience that vibe. And the shows get more and more special the better we get to know each other.
Yeah.
So now that we have 2.5 tours under our belt, we were just on the East Coast with them a month and a half ago, and now to reunite, people especially here in San Diego are going to get a really cool show because that's the first time we'll have seen each other in a little bit. And it's basically like a family reunion when we get together.
Love that. All right, guys. Josh, Jeremiah, thanks for
Yes.
coming by. The Silent Comedy.
Thank
It
you.
is 91X.
91